Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back. It's been, I think, a couple weeks since I've done a Bad Batch review. Part of that is just the scheduling is always hard for me on Fridays, and in the last couple episodes, while good, I don't think I've had enough where I felt you guys needed to hear my opinions. Plus, I think every Star Wars YouTuber talked about the Bad Batch, so there's plenty of good content to consume. But this episode, War Mantle, I really wanted to talk about because there were some really smart, well crafted, and interesting things they did that have gotten me really excited for the wrap up of this season. So, first of all, we got clone commandos in the show, which is really cool. A lot of people have talked about that. Are we going to see any of the Delta Squad, any of those? And we do. We see Scorch from that squad. We see, I think it was like 50 clone commandos are training this new round of stormtroopers. And so right off the bat, really cool that fans kind of get something that we've been asking to see. And what I love that they're doing, I absolutely love, is we're seeing the transition from Republic to Empire, and it's not just overnight, right? We have these kind of intermediate looking stormtroopers with these new style helmets. We don't have full TIE fighters yet. We have these, but the gunfire of these ships that they're using sounds exactly like the TIE fighters. We see that slow evolution. They're still using like the Republic gunship, but it's got a different color scheme, right? They're changing subtly over time, which I thought was really, really fun. And one thing I think this episode finally gave me some payoff on. If you followed the channel at all, if you followed me back to maybe my first episode review when I went on with Star Wars Tonight and others, I've been saying the Empire cannot leave Camino. They can't do it. I said, I think it's going to be sad. We're going to see the end of Camino. And it seemed that we kind of, in a roundabout way, might be heading there in that direction. I think the Kaminoans were thinking the same thing I was, which is like, hey, our skill set, I don't think the Empire is going to want it available to others to be taken advantage of. And right now, it looks like the balance there is really shifting to the end of the cloning program as we know it. And we see that really great shot with the lightning flashing, the Empire ships over Camino, and what that eventually means. So I do think that's going to happen. And it'll be kind of sad. It's a place we know from the Clone Wars. It's a place that ties so closely to the prequels for us. I don't know. We know with everything prequels, we know how it eventually ends. We know the eventual conclusions, but seeing the journey, I think, is so rewarding. We had a little bit of Echo payoff in this episode as well. I'm rewatching season 7 last night before I watched this episode. I watched the Skeko Minor rescue mission of Echo, and so he references that here, where it's like, hey, you guys with Rex, beat the odds and came in to save me. We need to do that for Gregor. I really like that little callback there. And one thing I have to call out, speaking of watching Clone Wars season 7 and seeing the Bad Batch, the animation has improved so much. It's so crazy how good this show looks. This forest planet was so a feast for the eyes. Camino still looks great as well. I just want to call that out. And the score, tremendous. I love that we hear Crosshair's little synthy theme at the end, so dark and eerie. And there was a lot of little twists on some of the Empire themes as well that we hear throughout the episode. Just some really well designed score. So I want to call that out. And overall, I think this sets up the finale of the show perfectly, because at the end of the episode, Hunter is captured, and I think we know the last couple episodes are going to be saving Hunter and hopefully entering into season 2, because I think there is so much story still to tell here, and I hope it's getting the support from the fans and the viewership that's going to allow for it to continue. I think it deserves it. I think animation is just such a great place for Star Wars. You can tell such good stories. And geez, it's been going on since May 4th, guys. Today I'm filming this on July 31st. This has been a journey, an adventure with these characters, and I'm going to be sad to see it come to an end. So I'm very much hoping we get a second season as well. Just a really fun episode with a lot of cool little subtle things. I mean, Gregor is back, which is so funny. I didn't think he made it. And they kind of just brush it off with like, hey, I survived an explosion once. So apparently he made it out, saving the squad of droids there in season 6 of the Clone Wars. Well, guys, I've really liked the show. I think this episode was a really good win. I think we had some more lulls in the show, and I think that's to be expected. They went some different places, did some different things, and I think there's just been some really, really great episodes here. Very much hoping we get not just one more season, 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons. Don't know how likely it is, but I'm gonna keep hoping and singing its praises. So, what did you guys think of this episode? I personally thought it was a killer episode. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you check out some of my videos this week on the High Republic, and get ready for next week as we have more Star Wars news and stories on the horizon. Until then, guys, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you again very soon.